Welcome to The Holistic Entrepreneur with holistic nurse practitioner, success coach, and best-selling author, Bonnie Groessl. Bonnie and her expert guests share tips, tools, and strategies to achieve success on your holistic entrepreneur journey. Each show features answers to common entrepreneur challenges, along with a healthy dose of support and motivation. Now, please welcome the host of The Holistic Entrepreneur, Bonnie Groessl.
Welcome, everyone. This is Bonnie Groessl, your host here at The Holistic Entrepreneur. Now, today we're going to talk about innovation. As long as this pandemic is affecting the entire world, my goal is to provide tips and ideas to help you through this time. This is really an unprecedented time, and I'm sort of taking a break from what I had scheduled previously to really just reach out to you each week with things that are going on, ideas that I have, things that I hear about to help you through this time. Now, we're going to get to that in just a moment. But first, I always want to take a moment to thank you for spending your valuable time here with me on the show. I am so honored that you do that. So if this is your first time listening, welcome. And if you've tuned in before, welcome back. I hope that you find this will be another great show with ideas to help you on your journey. Also want to remind everyone that the information presented here is educational, inspirational, and motivational in nature, but I always want you to just take what fits for you and simply let go of the rest. This show does not intend or imply to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment either. I always want to preface every show with that little reminder for all of us. And make sure you check out the show page. There's only a few links on there because I put everything else on bonnielinks.com. It's BONNIELINKS.com. Bonnie Links. Easy to remember. You might want to bookmark it because I'm always putting new stuff on there for you. And I've got some special gifts, some from me and some from other people, just help you through this time. There's no opt-in or anything. The links are just there for you to enjoy those pieces. Now let's get into our show for today. Dealing with this pandemic, COVID-19, healthcare workers are on the front line. They must feel like they're at war. And really, this is sort of like wartime. God bless them and keep them safe so that they can continue with their work. And the essential services are still there for most of us to meet our basic needs. I am so grateful for everyone. Now, Mother Earth is taking this time to heal. Oceans are cleaner, the air is less polluted, coral reefs are coming back. Now I feel like it's time for us to begin to heal. It's certainly been challenging in so many ways, but it's also bringing about new ways of thinking about things, innovative ideas, on how to thrive in this new normal that's being created. Today we're talking about innovation in this climate of uncertainty and change. The COVID-19 pandemic has caused disruption, fear, concerns about our safety, our health, and our livelihood. It's a huge pattern interrupt and a catalyst for change. I believe it's time for us to pivot. Many people have been working from home for the very first time, rather than going to an office. Companies have had to purchase tons of technical equipment like computers and printers so that they could have their employees work remotely. Some are thinking about their business in a new way, meeting the different needs of their customers in today's age. Now, as an entrepreneur, you might be very comfortable with autoresponders, automated scheduling software, video conferencing like Zoom, and other technology. But you know what? A lot of business owners are not. It's Greek to them, and now they're forced to quickly learn these things so that they can better serve their customers in this changing time. They're forced to sort of go outside the box of that one-to-one in-person model. It's a real paradigm shift. And, they're having to think about pivoting and preparing to adapt to the new normal, which may include being more virtual. I don't know what the future is going to look like, but you can be sure that it won't be exactly the same as it has been in the past. Whenever something major happens in our lives, whatever it is, it might be a wedding, a birth of a child, losing someone, a change of our career, it always creates a new normal. We can't just go back to the way things were before. Many businesses are discovering how they can adjust to their new normal. Restaurants are offering gift cards, doing more takeout, curbside pickup, and delivery. We're trying to support our favorite restaurants locally during this time with an extra big tip in cash so that there's no transaction fee like there is with a debit or a credit card. And then the staff gets to keep the entire tip. So we can all do our part in little things like that to help one another. Yoga studios and gyms, they're making changes. Some yoga studios and gyms are already adjusting by reaching people virtually to help deliver their services. And coaching and consulting can primarily be done virtually in a variety of mediums today as it is. Teachers have had to quickly adapt to teaching students of all ages virtually on the computer. So you see little kids in front of a computer screen actually going to school. Perhaps real estate agents will need to do more with virtual tours and limit the in-person showing of homes or open houses. A system of triaging those buyers, beginning with the first level, maybe as a virtual tour, and then some type of one-on-one showing or open house as needed. But not everybody maybe needs that. Dentists, chiropractors, physicians, and other clinicians may have to incorporate more virtual education to groups, virtual consults, not to diagnose, but to accomplish some history taking and get a sense for what the patient needs. And then an appointment for a full assessment could be made at a later date. This strikes me as a bit of a triaging model as well. Like you, I'm on a lot of lists and getting lots of messages from many groups. And there's a few ideas and things that people have passed to me that I'd like to pass along to you today of how companies are innovating. Tara Zucker of the Successful Ads Club was talking about a Mexican restaurant that's been pretty well established for many years. They have sort of their favorite regular customers, but they offered a special annual membership for a one-time fee for the entire year, which includes like a percentage off of the meals for the whole year, a gift card for a certain amount, and happy hour prices for the entire year. So that whenever they come in, it's always happy hour for them, no matter what time of the day it is. And another restaurant that Ryan Dice of Digital Marketer Lab told us about was adding a supersize roll of toilet paper and a gallon of milk to every family meal that was ordered from takeout from his favorite restaurant. So it's these innovative ideas that businesses are coming up with that is so heartwarming to me that we're changing with the times as we need to. And I think businesses everywhere are thinking about new ways to do things, to innovate. Now, while there are some things that just have to be done in person, I think successful businesses are creating innovative ways to serve their customers and communities that includes both. Some things maybe virtually, over the phone, whatever, and then, of course, in person. When this is all behind us, and it will happen, but when the rules that were in place now, like the social distancing, the avoidance of large gathering, masks in some places, when we don't have to do that anymore, I don't think, and maybe this is just a Bonnieism, but I don't think that we're going to just abruptly go back to no guidelines. I think it's going to be more of a gradual progression and lifting of these restrictions. Now the question is, how will you pivot? How will you help others to adjust to the new normal? Are there skills that you have that you take for granted, like using an autoresponder or scheduling systems or, Zoom calls? They could really help someone else shorten their learning curve because now they have to learn this too. If so, there's a whole new market for you. And if you're a coach or consultant and already do most of your work online or virtually, how can you pivot to meet the needs of your clients? Stress takes a huge toll on everything, and this is certainly a stressful time. Relationships, being apart or together, and getting used to that. Maintaining or losing weight when emotional eating is at an all-time high. Healing from something or maintaining your health, exercising, sleeping. During stressful times, those things are difficult. How are you adjusting to meet the needs of your clients? In order to get the global economy back on its feet, I think we need to help one another. More than ever, we need to come together. We are all one. It's a global community. So is there some expertise that you can share with businesses or individuals so that they can adjust to their new normal? We may consider, like I said, those simple things that we think everybody knows how to do that. But that's not so. We often don't recognize our value and our expertise. So your challenge this week is to take a look at your business. or your life or someone else's business, how can you think about innovating? How can you help others? How can you stay safe, help others, and help yourself? There's a way to do that because we are really all in this together. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope it gave you some additional things to maybe think about, and then think about how you can innovate and pivot in your work, the work that you do today, or the work that you want to do in the future, because maybe what you did in the past isn't going to be sustainable. And remember, there are some special supportive links for you at bonnielinks.com, so check that out. There's some guided meditations and some NLP techniques and things to just help you through this time. And I also put a separate angel reading on there, and I'll update it with the most recent angel reading as well. So until next time, believe that anything is possible as long as you believe. Well, thank you for joining me here at the Holistic Entrepreneur Show today. If you would like to learn how you can be a sought-after guest on popular podcasts, how to produce your own show, or even how to use content marketing to grow your business, go to bonnielinks.com and check out the offers that I have for you there. bonnielinks.com, BONNIELINKS.com, is also where you can sign up for my monthly newsletter, the Holistic Entrepreneur Update. It comes straight to your email with an update from me and all of the links to the last month's shows, just in case you missed anything. Now, this newsletter also gives you access to the show's guest gift page, where you can access all the great gifts from my guests over the years. And don't forget to subscribe to The Holistic Entrepreneur on your favorite podcast directory so that you'll automatically receive the newest episode when it's released. The Holistic Entrepreneur is brought to you by M&B Global Solutions.